Do me a favor, friend.
Yeah.
Please, hold your hand up to your head and salute. For here comes the national anthem of the Sony PlayStation.
Of course, yes.
Yes! Yes, yes, yes. I haven't heard this in years! Hey, did you know that if you're, in this case, your PlayStation 2 is extreme...
Oh, this is their loudest logo yet. I hated this logo.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of audio issues that are going through the entire game, but this is really funny. If you want to enjoy the horrendously mixed audio, you can put headphones on and use the stereo setting.
That said realistic, not horrendously mixed.
Yeah. So I was playing this on my ancient PS2, and the hang time on that opening, that final tone there, I almost thought the game crashed.
Oh, no.
So anyway, Resident Evil Survivor. This is Capcom's final PlayStation game for some reason, because the Dreamcast came out, so they decided to fart this one on the PlayStation and hope nobody would notice. Unfortunately, I did notice.
So I thought I was going to be voting people off the island, but I think it's a different kind of Survivor.
That just takes me back to the decline of video games on Newgrounds. Those lovely videos. Alright, please enjoy the explanation on where we are for Resident Evil Survivor, and take note that the dialogue actually runs behind the actual voice recording.
Transformed the city into an inescapable death trap. To stop the outbreak from spreading, Umbrella Incorporated was forced to wipe out the entire city. However,
this game is rushed to the highest degree. There are spelling errors, there are audio issues, tons of things that you don't want in your Hail Mary, not exactly Hail Mary, in your final death rattle for PlayStation games.
Now, I'm a big fan of Capcom. I've been tracking some of their history.
Oh, me too.
Because I've lived part of it.
I've lived a lot of it, yeah.
Alright, Capcom around this point in time was rehashing shit like crazy.
Definitely. In fact, you'll see a lot of reused assets from Resident Evil 2 and 3.
I would like to point to Mega Man X6.
That'll do it.
That'll do it.
You're not going to get away.
Oh, you actually added subtitles.
Mainly because my hearing's not so good these days.
What?
Precisely. And also, again, audio mixing issues. I wanted to make sure everybody knew what was happening.
I could have grasped that, thanks, man.
Look, I get to have fun, alright?
Alright.
You didn't have to play this, I did.
Well, you're having a better time than that man falling out of the helicopter.
We have a mysterious man falling from a helicopter and a mysterious man that got hilariously ejected from the crashed helicopter.
After it already crashed.
Correct.
It seemed.
Maybe it was like an ejector seat to make sure he didn't burn alive. It's like, locked and loaded.
How did he get up like that? His leg twisted like...
Glory of the PlayStation.
Uh-huh.
And that's how you start.
Whenever I try to think of this game.
My only hope is this gun I miraculously have. Oh.
I must survive. Resident Evil survive.
Oh, yeah, there we go. That's not nearly as bad.
Where am I? Oh! I don't remember anything. Who am I?
There's your hook. We don't know who we are, so let's go find out who we are.
Do we got a weapon? We got bullets and we're fine.
Yeah,
Alright,
we're good.
Let's get out of here. Let's hop the fence and go and find help.
So, what if I told you Resident Evil Survivor was the first Resident Evil game to use first person?
It looks like Kingsfield, man.
It's actually not that good. In fact, it was supposed to be an arcade game.
You see, this was... The PlayStation era, like the late PlayStation era especially, was really big on first-person stuff.
Show off them new hardcore graphics.
Like, being able to walk around in a 3D space, Japanese devs were like, oh my god! Oh my god! Oh god! There's a whole bunch of first-person walk-around games that are really experimental as well.
I am so thankful that they did this. This is the biggest arcade feel ever. Infinite handgun bullets. That is paramount.
Well, yeah. I mean, what do you do when you have an arcade shooter and you run out of bullets? Unless you have a melee weapon
You panic!
Yeah.
So yes, Infinite handgun for the majority of the game. We're actually playing on easy mode, mainly because normal mode kicked me in the balls the first time I tried this game, and the checkpoints are abysmal. In fact, we'll talk about saving a bit later, but just know it's not nice.
I know your upset voice, so I don't think it's going to be very good.
So when playing on easy mode, run is just natural. You don't stop running.
Oh, so there's no walk, just run?
If you're playing on normal mode, you have to hold down square in order to run.
You can't do anything else while running, can you?
Mm-hmm.
Well.
Oh, hey! I know that guy. Kinda. Do you know that guy?
I can't read that, but...
You look familiar, but...
He looks a little dead.
But I just can't remember. Ark Thompson, huh? Though I can't remember anything.
Did he happen to mention that he can't remember anything?
No way for anyone.
I can't remember.
Oh, me neither.
What?
Oh no!
Hey, do you know if I can use your phone? Because I don't... wait, I stopped!
I love the zombie animations. When you kill them, they just go... and then immediately faceplant.
That tells me a sign of rush development. To get from dying to dead, they just skip that animation entirely, just... It could also be PS1 limitations, but what do I know?
Definitely.
Not like I develop games.
Hey, look, a rusty key. And we have an option of doors behind us. I wonder which one this rusty key goes in.
Maybe the rusty one?
This is why we're doing post-commentary, by the way, because this is an arcade game. Which means you choose your own path in order to get to the finale.
Oh.
You get 3 options every other pathway, and you get to choose where you want to go, what you end up getting. If you've played this game as many times as I have, unfortunately, you memorize where all the good stuff is.
Oh, well. I'm glad I have you as Commodore, then.
We'll be looking at every single path, so no worries. If you decide, you know what, I kind of want to play this too. I want to go out and get Resident Evil Survivor for the PlayStation 1.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'll just stick with 7 and 8. That's okay. If you don't
Okay.
mind. If you don't mind? If you don't mind? Do you mind?
You know what, that's okay, because I don't normally play the shitty Resident Evil games. I mean, the one that we played was Resident Evil DS and 6.
And they weren't, like, so much shitty. Like,
Just
bad.
annoying.
Just, Resi DS is just, DS is just a little too underpowered.
See that?
What's that?
There's no need to go back. This is something I found out very early on, that if you pick the wrong pathway, there is no going back. And that is why it is so much different from every other Resident Evil game. Because you're choosing your own pathway, once you make your choice, you're locked in, man. There is no returning to any other area, finding new places.
I get it. It kind of gives it like a Star Fox 64 type deal, where the point is to play it over and over again.
It was very jarring as a veteran Resident Evil player, where you can, go back out the door you just came in and go get some extra stuff.
The doors is all we're about. Come on.
But this also means if you miss something, it's gone.
It's gone for good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, umbrella.
That sounds like something from that one video game.
Oh man, get my umbrella, Ella.
That song's not even out yet. Am I from the future?
See, this is kind of what I wanted to put on Ark Thompson, or whomever this guy is
Our mystery doofus.
our mystery doofus, yes, our now Amnesiac mystery doofus, is
AMD.
how much he could... He's taking cues from all over the area. It's like, oh, maybe I'm a bellboy, maybe I'm a theater attendant, maybe I'm this.
Maybe I'm a janitor and I'm here after work. The helicopter was just one thing I had to clean up.
Oh, I think I get it now.
Maybe I need to find some 409. That'll take care of this, no problem.
And the funny thing is, we're almost perfectly mimicking his voiceover.
Oh, I know, because I've seen the nerd episode. I don't remember too much, probably enough to spoil me. Maybe a few things, but without much context. But I remember his voice being worse than Steve Sideburns, or whatever his name is.
Now I'm just imagining Steve Burnside with massive sideburns. Father!
It is Burnside.
Father! So I think one of the best uses of Ark's voice actor, by the way, is you can do Resident Evil randomizers with also randomizing the voice lines.
Ah.
So the character will Actually, no, it's randomizing the character. So instead of Leon, in Resident Evil 2 randomizer, you're playing as Art Thompson, and you will get all of his voice lines in the regular dialogue. It's not going to make a lick of sense, and if you've never played before, you won't know where to go or what to do. But it's still funny.
Yeah, Leon, take this key and go into the...
Oh, yes!
Where am I?
Where at?
I don't remember anything.
This was a sad way to die. Also, we'll be getting all of the little text pieces, and I'll give Survivor this. This is the better of the connections to the other main games. It's all in missable files. They try to connect it via dialogue in one specific point. Other than that, no connection. Unless you're reading these files.
Kind of reminded of VR missions for some reason. Metal Gear Solid VR missions.
I can see it. PlayStation. Kind of an offshoot.
PlayStation, very late in life. People are already working on PS2/Dreamcast stuff, but we've got some assets that we still want to squeeze a little bit of money out of. Why not make something for the fans and the fans only? Because I bet people who don't like Resident Evil didn't buy this game.
It's now played as kind of a meme. Like if you're trying to legitimately beat every single Resident Evil game, this has to be on your list by default. I mean, it's kind of cool, you know, you get a little morsel of background for Nemesis, Raccoon City, all that fun stuff.
So, was Dead Aim supposed to be a sequel to this? Or like a pseudo-sequel of sorts? Next year, gotcha.
Let me go over the timeline for you.
Okay.
So, you got this. This was the start of a new series.
Was this before or after Code Veronica?
Code Veronica had just come out.
So it just came out and this was before or after? Well, probably doesn't matter. Probably co-developed at the same time.
Code Veronica was coming out on the Dreamcast at the same time this was being released.
I see.
So, yeah, we got this awesome new Resident Evil 3.5 out here. Oh, well, we just throw this one out there, too. Good idea. Good idea, guys. Oh, yeah, you want to hear some real shitty audio mixing?
No! What does that sound like?
I'm surprised you blocked out the noise. The crows have an audio decibel higher than anything else in the game.
Why?
Oh no! We haven't even gotten to the most annoying part of the audio issues.
Well, you turned down the volume a lot for these episodes, but I can hear pretty damn good over there.
Yeah, I was looking at the audio file. People talking and gunfire is not nearly as loud as It's like, motherfucker, I'm trying to, listen for other things, trying to match out the audio, and there
barely hear the characters talking.
And then there's stuff that you hear that is so loud. Sorry for blowing out your ears, by the way. I didn't really mean to do that.
Sorry for blowing everybody else's out earlier, but... I feel like this was, some douchey, middle manager kind of guy who just is like, boss, the audio mixing's not really matching here. It's like, it's fine, don't worry about it. I want to clock out early.
Well, I also want to say, they have really good audio design. Like, we're talking Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 2, really good sound effects. Mm-hmm. And they just really wanted to use them. Did they have the time to actually properly mix it? Probably not.
Probably not.
No. By the way, we couldn't see that key because the theater wasn't on, or because the video wasn't playing. So that's fun.
Was this on when I came in? I can't remember.
Also, you missed a puzzle here. We had to pick up the film that was in the film room and put it in the projector.
What if you had an amnesiac that had short-term memory loss?
We'd just be screwed. Also, if he had narcolepsy, and
it's like, where am I? I don't remember what I was doing. How did I get... What was I just doing? How did I get here? What did I...
Oh my god, he's a walking medical gold mine. We could get so much data off of this dude.
To be in perpetual confusion.
Oh my god. How does this guy survive? How does he eat? How does he sleep? How does he brush his teeth? No one knows. So that was the end of the theater. Why don't we head into the new place?
How are we going back? I thought the doors were locked forever.
Multiple playthroughs, my friend.
So that was already one playthrough?
No.
We're doing another playthrough.
I recorded 3 entire playthroughs and chopped them up so you could see everything at the point you would see them.
So we're doing something new now.
Mm-hmm.
but from the point where he jumped out of the helicopter.
So let's just say, hey, I don't want to go in the theater. The theater's stupid. I want to go into a restaurant.
I'm not a theater kid, I'm a foodie.
Yeah! Gotta get some of those good eats in the post-apocalypse.
Right, I don't know if it's your rendering or just how the game is, but everything's all wavy and wonky, and it is so strange.
PlayStation graphics. It's also being done on a PlayStation 2, so upscaled, and then going through an upscaler. It's doing fine.
It really is Resident Evil surviving, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, William Birkin. Hey, that's our paper-thin plot to tie to the main story.
Hold on, I got a little bit of thread left on this needle. Do you want me to try and tie Survivor to the rest of the series?
Could you cut it in half?
Like
long ways.
Oh, long ways? Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah. All right, cool. That should
There,
be
I
fine.
made 2 pieces of string.
Great. Tie them together and then tie them to the story.
Okay,
continuity.
cool. Yeah, I guess I should talk about the sequels to this lovely series.
The only thing that I remember is that I should never go back. Always go forward. That's what my dad taught me. Dad? Did I have a dad? What was it talking about? What's a dad?
Resident Evil doesn't know when to kill off a part of its series.
Tell me about it.
Resident Evil tried to die with 6, and then it got brought back with new life, so if anything, it became a zombie of itself.
It wasn't trying to die. It was trying to be the end-all be-all that everyone can play and enjoy.
And then it died as a result, but then it came back with flying colors.
Yeah, by being niche, it came back for everyone.
But the thing is, when you have something like this, just let it go. You don't need to make sequel after sequel, which they did. Survivor is its own sub-series.
How many sequels do they have of this shit?
Dos.
What's the second?
Gun Survivor Code Veronica. If you wanted a summary version of Resident Evil Code Veronica played for an arcade crowd...
Wait a minute.
...with no voice acting, you would play that one.
The Dark Side Chronicles and the Umbrella Chronicles are basically spin-offs of this, aren't they?
Basically a reimagining of the Gun Survivor series, yes.
No!
We played the good one.
This is the good one? Oh, wait, okay.
We already played the good one. Don't worry.
I've still never touched Dark Side Chronicles. I could have. I would have.
I mean, if I wanted to be instantly car sick, I would definitely play that one.
And you keep telling me that, but I
Fuck, dude. No. Don't play it. Like, it's got cool story, the cutscenes are really good, I use them in my Code Veronica LP, but my god, it makes me sick to look at that game in motion. Fucking cameraman didn't take his, like, steadiness drug or whatever. Ugh.
At least it wasn't 6.
I'd take 6 over Darkseid, honestly. 6 was fun with you.
Would you rather throw up or be bored to death?
Well...
Yeah, it was fun with me. Play by yourself. That's what I did.
I already did that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, when the game came out, spent 2 hours, got killed by a train a couple times, I was like, okay, never playing this again, awesome. Wasted $60. Oh, by the way, Dead Aim is the 3rd sequel to this.
Yeah, because Gun Survivor came in between, like, a second game that
So,
we didn't.
This is technically Gun Survivor. That's what its official name is.
Gun Survivor!
Resident Evil Survivor in the US, I believe Gun Survivor in Japanese. So then, you got Code Veronica, Gun Survivor 2 or whatever, and then Dead Aim is the 3rd and final Gun Survivor game. Unless you count Umbrella Kronks and Darkside Kronks. Yay.
The Croc Survivor.
Whoopity fucking do. See, I don't know if it's my hyperfixation on the Resident Evil series or the fact that a game's so short that I have to see everything that's possibly in it. There's only one unlockable in this entire game, and I got it.
What's the unlockable?
I'll tell you at the end.
Okay. Keep that to your chest then.
Yeah. It's not like a huge revelation because it's been in every single Resident Evil game.
Okay, how many bullets are in your gun? I'm just asking.
For this handgun, there's 17.
17!
17 shots.
That is an enormous magazine for a typical 9mm there.
You know, I'm gonna give this one thing. For being an arcade, they do something really smart in the next area where we get a selection of where to go. Just to make sure you did.
This does not feel satisfying at all.
Also, with the power of the PlayStation and the fact that it has lag, it actually slows down tremendously in later areas. So when you're trying to shoot, the more you try to shoot, the more it lags.
Well then, you just have me on and I'll just...
Yeah. No, I mean, I was pushing as fast as button mashingly possible, and it was going slower.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's pretty much a mess. But it's my mess. I'm so proud of this stupid Resident Evil game. It definitely tried.
I think that's why nobody, like, shits on this too much, because they tried. Unlike most of Capcom's stuff that they did around this time, like X6.
Look, they tried, but it's in, like, sarcastic quote fingers, and also it's a 2 out of 10. So, I mean, it's not, like, horrifically bad. It's more, like, unfulfilling.
Half-baked.
Half-baked, you know, we got it in the mixing bowl, we mixed the ingredients together, but we forgot to turn the oven on and forgot that we don't actually own an oven.
Like, what could have been if this was not just a side cash grab? What if this was a real live game that they spent like a year and a half working on, and really, you know, just like we tweaked the mechanics and we really brought the story to life, and we actually hired some actors that are part of a union now who actually do this for a living.
Well, I'm just...
Instead of just people we find out in the streets, it's like, hey, you want to be in a video game? Sure, I'll be in your video game.
See, this game and a couple of the other games like, seriously perplex me. Because Resident Evil 2 didn't have that bad of acting. I mean, it was a little schmaltzy, but it wasn't nearly as infamous as the first games. Like, they actually got some somewhat good actors. And you still had a couple lines that were just, you know, brush that away.
It's a B-movie series through and through. It's always a love letter to horror B-movies of the age.
It steadily got better, but this is after Nemesis. So again, evidence that there was no time to actually get a good actor.
Yeah, no time to write a good story either.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, yeah, you can fit the entire plot on a napkin for this lovely Resident Evil game.
It just says survive. Huh, well.
In fact, I think they dedicate one whole page to the prologue and plot all together on one page.
Survive. Remember. It's Resident Evil Survivor.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, yeah. If I were to actually grab the manual right here and talk about it, yeah, that would probably be it. That would track.
You tell me there's only one collectible, one unlockable in this game.
One unlockable, yes.
And that makes me sad. I think it would have been a lot better if there were like hundreds, not hundreds, but a lot more collectibles. Beat it like this, go through this way, get this ending, do that.
It's not one of those good collectibles either, because as soon as you get it, there is no reason to play it over again.
Oh no!
It's one of those.
Yeah. It really was just a half-ass ass wipe.
Yeah.
It's a cash grab. I don't think grabbed that much cash, really.
Oh no, this sold poorly. And funny thing, I was looking over sales numbers of just all the Resident Evil games. Lump them all together. Re-releases, everything.
I think 5 finally dethroned 6, last I checked.
At the time, which one... So, at the time that this was released, not including this one, which one had the least amount of sales, do you think?
The least amount of sales.
So, around 2000. 2001.
Code Veronica did not come out at this time?
It just came out.
It just came out. So, it would obviously be Code Veronica, but we're not counting that because just... So, between 1, 2, and 3, I would say 3.
You're correct. It seems the farther along sequels go, the less they sell. And also, there was a bit of fatigue around this time. You had 1, you had 2, and then 3 comes out and you're just like, eh.
Okay. It didn't feel like a culmination. It just felt like kind of just, you know, they had one good idea.
Mm-hmm. And what a fantastic idea it was.
But even you, the big Resident Evil guy, the one who's twice the fan I am, even you're kind of meh on Resi 3.
The remake of Resi 3.
Well, what do you think about the original remake?
I will play the original all day.
Well, fuck you then.
Pays to be a Resident Evil fan sometimes. I recently looked at the sales numbers as of last week.
Oh, yeah.
And surprisingly...
Is 5 still at the top?
I didn't check what was on top. I was just looking at numbers.
I know what's at the top should be... I think it's 5. Last I checked, 5 took the top.
Hey, Postme, did 5 take the top?
I know 6 was ahead for a long time because it sold too much, but it didn't sell it because it was so fucking expensive.
The main thing I was looking at is numbered sequels and how well they did. I was trying to do a thing.
Right.
Code Veronica did sell well. As of last week, our time, so around October, your guys' time, Code Veronica does really well even when it has re-releases. It still sells well. That's awesome. That's what I like to see.
That's how Capcom gets a lot of their money, from their back catalog.
Spin-offs get thrown into the dirt when it comes to, like, any Resident Evil spin-off. I'm surprised they still do them from time to time. It's probably why they strictly focus on the numbered sequel. And
How well did Umbrella Corps do?
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If RE-verse was sold separately, it would still do better than Umbrella Corps.
Well, how did this one do then?
Not too good.
Well, I didn't think it'd do great, but it had to be better than fucking Umbrella Corps.
Well, it was one of those releases where you're just looking like it's like Dreamcast, PlayStation game. Dreamcast with an RE game on it. I'm going for the new thing.
The PS2's already coming out.
There was a lot of stuff coming out at the exact same time, so this was just unfortunate circumstances.
I mean, this is not like the Oracle games.
Oh yeah, where the GBA was out for a little
GBA
bit.
was out for like a few months already, and then here comes these 2 Game Boy Color games. Are you kidding? Ironically, both made by Capcom.
Correct. Yeah.
That's
Maybe they're just really bad at time management.
I just think they're inconsistent. Sometimes they make the best games in the world. Sometimes they make the worst cash grabs you'd ever hope to see.
Oops! Put a fart in a game case. Here you go, gamer. All right. So this marks the end of your first 3 options. All 3 of those locations will come out to this area right here. With dogs!
The dog park!
Yep, these little bastards are so hard to hit. I should mention that our main character has a little bit of auto-aim. If you see me moving, that's not me moving the stick. That's me aiming at a monster, and if it moves, your cursor will follow. So there's a slight bit of auto-aim, which is amazing because, try to play a first-person shooter on a PlayStation.
How do the options look in this? Does it track sensitivity or all that, or is it too advanced for that?
No. You have, 3 options of controller changing, and it's just for button mapping that isn't really that good.
I'm very glad that the gun that he has is meant for toddlers.
Pew, 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 pew!
It's a BB gun that's been overclocked to shoot a little tougher than that, I see.
And everything has so much health. This is another reason we're doing easy, is mainly for the sake of pacing.
This is easy, and they're so spongy. Are you kidding?
Not as spongy as normal. Also, I was missing a lot of shots. Oh, phone call. Darn it.
Phone hang up.
The phone hang up.
How about the game turn off?
There you go, there's a quote.
That line I do remember from.
Oh no, the phone hang up. No! If only we would have had phone not hang up. Then we would have known who called.
If only phone hang on.
Also, they're just throwing these at us. Hi, Liquor.
Oh,
hi, another Liquor!
2 of them. Yeah, that's good game design.
Combat in this is hysterical because if something is ever lunging at you, take 1 step back and they miss you. It's very funny.
I didn't plan.
Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny.
So many exploits. So many exploits.
Yeah, you can just move to the right a little bit. You can shoot them out of the air, which is nice if you get a crit. That's another thing I should also mention. There are critical hits in this. Aim for the head. What kind of derails that is that if you are shooting a guy... Okay, picture this. You're shooting a dude. Your reticle actually locks onto your target, where you're constantly shooting. But it will aim for the middle of the target, not the critical hit that you're aiming for. So you'll see sometimes where I'm aiming for a guy's head, and the reticle will snap back to the middle of his torso, trying to shoot there automatically.
Nah, trust me, belly button's the way to go.
Instead of, aiming for the head where you want that crit.
Well, I'm thinking this would be a lot scarier, because I see you run all the way to one end of the room to the other, turn around, and they're still there.
Hmm?
That's not what a fun survival horror game makes. I thought they'd be more on you. Of course, then again, they could be more aggressive on normal difficulty.
I will also say that most often, when you walk into a room, there is a zombie directly to your right, but you won't know that until it either bites you, or you decide to move out of the way because you realize this game's bullshit.
Good game design.
Vincent? Who's that? Wait. Am I Vincent?
Vincent, you are a murderer. A murderer!
A murderer? Is that what I am?
Murderer? What are you talking about? Answer me! Who did I kill?
Can you convict an amnesiac murderer?
Sure.
He doesn't remember.
If you got evidence, that proves that he did it.
Well, that makes sense. Well, we have another selection of places to go in the next episode, and now we have more of our hook. Oh my god, who the hell is Vincent?
Well, it's obviously who we are. We're named... What again?
I don't remember.
I don't remember who I am.
Oh,
What did we play?
my head.
Oh. Well, we'll see you next time on Resident Evil Dead Aim.
I don't want to play Dead A. I really don't. It sucks too. Oh man.